Hi, welcome back. So in the last video, we looked at the site-specific configuration. We looked at things like the plugins, the permalinks, the theme that you might choose for your site. We then added a starter template and we looked at how to remove unnecessary pages. In this video, we're going to do what's called general building tasks. We're going to look at how to change or modify your site title and tagline. We're going to look at how to add a logo if you don't already have one. We're going to look at how to change or add your favicon, the little icon that appears in your browser. And then we're going to look at editing your homepage. So if that's interesting to you, let's get started. So the way that we're going to do this is we will go to the WP admin. And once it's loaded, we're going to go and personalize the tagline. So we're going to go to the admin panel and then appearance and then go to customize. Obviously, if you had an installation of WordPress that isn't in English, it would be something like personnalisé or personnalisado, or I don't know how to say that in Mandarin Chinese. Bonus points if you know how to say it. Next, we're going to come to a menu that looks something like this, and we're going to, I believe, go to the section that says header. Click on header, and we're going to go to the first option, which is site identity. Now, if you scroll down, you can change your logo. What we want to do is first address the tagline. So here we had customized it as Splativity Time Management, but maybe we want to say S-P-L-A-T. That looks pretty terrible. S-P-L-A-T-I-V-I-T-Y. And then time management, we'll say simplified time management. Click publish, and then it should say change up here on the browser window. So it used to say Splativity Time Management, simplified, and now we're going to have it say something like Splativity with this spelling and then simplified time management. So that's the first thing. We wanted to change the tag and the title of our site. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a logo. So in order to add a logo, we're going to go here, and then we will want to select an icon. So we'll go to change logo, and we'll go ahead and we'll upload a file. So we should have, in our downloads, we should have Splativity logo. This one here. So we'll go ahead and we'll upload that, and just as a best practice, we'll add a title and then an alt tag. So here we'll go Splativity logo, and this is good for SEO as well as for screen readers. So it's the best practice to do it like that. We'll just skip cropping, and it might take a sec. And then we would also want to go and customize the transparent header, because there's two different options that you can have, transparent and non-transparent. So we're going to change the transparent header option also, and you can see it's looking pretty good. So we're going to hit publish to save our changes, and now we've gone ahead and we've changed the site title and tagline as well as the logo. Next, we're going to add a favicon. So if we scroll back and we go to site identity, scroll down, and it's called a site icon in this case, but most of the internet calls it a favicon, and it will give you a little preview of what it might look like. In this case, I guess we can crop the image totally fine, and you can see there's a little icon now, and again we're going to hit publish. So those were the first three steps. Again, the title and tagline, the site logo, and the favicon. Now we'll go about modifying our homepage. So if you're signed in to your WordPress site, the easiest way to go to your homepage would just type the domain name of your homepage. And then what you can do is you can select Edit with Elementor. So I'm going to scroll up here to the top part of my page and click Edit with Elementor. And that's going to bring me into the Elementor page builder, where we can edit individual images. Now, because our site is not related to animals or animal welfare, the first thing that we're probably going to want to do is change the background image. Now, the way that you change a background image is you select the section that you want, so here, and then you would go to Style, and then you have this amazing image here, but it's not quite what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a site called Unsplash. Unsplash is where you can get royalty-free images, meaning images that are freely usable and you don't have to pay for. And we'll go time, because we are a team management site. And we could pick any of these, but after we scroll down a little bit, I kind of personally like this first one, even though it's maybe a little bit dark. So you download this image, then you go to Elementor Home, you go to upload a file, select the file, and we would go to our downloads, click this. Now we're going to want to change the name as soon as it does upload. That can be deeply problematic if you want to create a secure site. So we'd wait till it uploads. It's probably a pretty big image, which for our use is fine. We'll call it Splativity background image, PNG. And then we'll insert the media, and it looks like something like this. Next thing we want to do is if we want to edit some text, you just click ahead on that text, and you can either edit it in the browser like this, or you can edit it in your section here. So like this. But we actually don't like that. It looks kind of ugly. So then we would go to update, and then when we go to splativity.com, as long as that's updated properly, it should show up with the new background image and our text. Next, imagine a scenario in which we wanted to add some smaller text. So in order to add an item, you would go click up here, you click back, and then you can go to a title, and you can add that, just drag and drop the visual builder. And here you would say something like time management simplified. You'd probably want to delete this comma. You can then style the text so it would be centered. And if you wanted to change the color, you'd go to the style button here on the upper left, and then we go to text color, and let's choose a nice white. So we'd hit update, and then again, if we go here to our new page, it should look like this. Now, there are going to be occasions where you don't really like what's called padding. So you could go here to the advanced option, and at the bottom, if there is padding, you could just delete it, or you could even make it negative. So update that. And then similar to this one, the bottom text, we could go ahead and we could change the margin. So the margin, we might go top margin. You want to unlock it here, and then I think that looks a lot better. But again, it would be totally up to you and your visual style. Cool, so I think that's looking a lot better. Obviously, you'd choose what you want to do for your site, but as we're going through the site, we scroll down and then we have another section. And so if we go back here, we can scroll down and we can continue editing this. I already have some sample text written up for my site, but you would want to either do this on your own or you would want to do it on the fly. But since we're making a video, we thought it might not be the best thing to do to watch us type out text. So then we're gonna go over here, and sadly my camera is sometimes in line in the problem angle with our text. So we type in this, and then we could say, if you wanted to change the text of your button, you would go here and you would say more information. Again, if we hop back to our incognito, you'll see that this is coming along really nicely. So we had pasted in this text. Next we get to the following section, which has a really cool background image, but again, the actual text as it is so presented is probably not that useful to us. Kind of what I like to do is I like to think about what I'm going to paste on the page and then either try to use the existing structure of the site or even go ahead and delete the structure. If you want to delete an item, you can go there. We'll just delete almost all of this. We'll delete this section, and we'll delete this section, and I guess we'll delete this section, and we'll delete this section, and we'll even delete this section. So here it probably wouldn't be services. You'd want to copy and paste whatever text you want. So we'd have this text here, and you could do something like one organization. And again, this is just some filler text that my co-founder Ryan and I had created for our website, but you could do it however you wanted. Then what I like to do is you can go to the navigator and you can scroll to whatever section that you're in. So here we have this section here, and you can click on the individual items, and you could go ahead and you could copy that, and then you could go and paste that here, like that. And then we could go here, and we could even duplicate it, and then we could just select this item and drag it down below our divider, and then we could duplicate this item, and we'd want to go ahead and change the text. Again, probably, oops, I don't think we did that quite right. Here you would say something like prioritization. Again, these are some of the criteria that we have in one of our actual courses. And then paste in the text that you want. And then what I would do here is if we scroll this down, you can see that there's sort of one section here and there's another section here. Now, here we have a couple just design options. You could type in some text. So time management, we can exit out of this, is nothing like you imagined. So you could go here, and then what if we wanted to then just take this whole section and copy it? Well, we would go back to our navigator. And what we might actually want to do is just take the whole section, copy that section. Let's actually go ahead and just duplicate that section. So we have this. And then what's really fun about Elementor is that you can go ahead and you can actually just change the sections by dragging and dropping. So all we have to do is select the proper section or subsection, and we can change the order by dragging and dropping. And then here we would scroll down and we would just quickly add. Here we'd have 3, copy this text, and then 4 is review. And we might say something like this. So if we go out and we update our site, and then we click back here and refresh the page, next you'll see that time management is nothing like you imagined. it actually takes a bit of effort. Maybe we'll go back and we'll edit this. Update, come back, you're starting to get a handle on the dance. So we scroll down and we have these sort of new sections. And again, you could style the pages, sort of style the sections however you want, but I think it's starting to look really pretty good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and imagine that we wanted to paste examples of our individual courses. So in that case, what we would do is we would go, and let's say that we have 2 courses. What we can do here is we can just delete this section, and we can delete this, and then it should just have 2. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and we already have some photos, so we just have to find the right photos. And let's say that we have 2 products, and in fact we do have 2 products at Spotivity. So you could go in here, and again, you would go to upload files. You can drag and drop the files. Obviously, you could upload the files whenever you wanted, but it's totally fine. You're going to select the file you want. Again, in a tutorial, maybe this isn't the best use of time, but I like to do it as a best practice. And then we could go to update. And then here, again, we could go to our media library, select file, paste something like this, product 2. Your files would obviously be named differently. We're going to insert the media. Well, actually, if you think about it, you type it in. We'll leave this lorem ipsum, this placeholder text for a second, but then you could say join over 10,000 students today and enroll now. Again, I'm just clicking on the button or clicking on the text. So I guess I didn't really like the lorem ipsum. But now the page is starting to really resemble something that you could imagine having for a professional site. We scroll down, we have the little intro section, we have this cool image, which we could probably change the background image, but like whatever. And in the next few videos, we'll learn how to edit the footer, and we will learn how to do a couple of new things like add pages, update the site navigation, the menu, because obviously maybe rather than services, we want something like courses. But in this video, we looked at how to add a site logo and title up here. We added a favicon here and a site logo, and then we edited our homepage. In any case, thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments, please add them below. Otherwise, we will see you again shortly. Thanks for your time. Cheers.